Big breaking news coming in. We're given to understand that IndiGo CEO has issued another statement and this time around claims that IndiGo operations have been normalized. A message from Peter Elbers, CEO IndiGo, who now claims that operations have been normalized. We'll of course go across to our reporters to do a quick reality check to find out the reality behind the claim being made.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear customers, I'm Peter Elbers, the CEO of IndiGo. Following our earlier communications, today I'm here to share that your airline, IndiGo, is back on its feet and our operations are stable. We've let you down when a major operational disruption happened, and we're sorry for that. The beauty of air travel is that it brings together people, emotions, ambitions, and aspiration. And we know that you were traveling for various reasons. Thousands of you could not travel, and we are profusely apologetic about that. While we cannot undo the cancellations, I want to reassure that ever since, our entire IndiGo team has been working very hard. First and foremost for you, our valued customers. Initially, our first priority was to get all stranded and delayed customers safely to their destinations or back home. Then we started our refunds. No questions asked. Lakhs of customers have already received their full refunds, and we continue to do so on a daily basis. Rest assured that we are fully committed in getting this done. Most of the bags stuck at the airport have already been delivered back to your homes.
All right, let's go across to Hina. Hina, this is what we were hearing, that situation is getting back to normal. But now the CEO claims that situation has been normalized, operations normalized.
Well, absolutely. IndiGo CEO, you just heard in this fresh statement that has been released by the company, mentioned that we are back on our feet. IndiGo is back on its feet. Operations are stable, but the reality on the ground is slightly different. I'm saying this because if you look at the example of Delhi airport itself, since morning there have been about 153 odd cancellations. So, of course, it's going to take some more time for things to get normal, because an airline that used to operate about 22 to 2300 flights per day, if at one specific airport 150 odd flights of that particular airline are still getting cancelled in one day, it is still, some time before things become absolutely normal. What the CEO was trying to also say that, the airline is profusely apologetic for the kind of inconvenience that the passengers had to go through. All that is fine. We've been hearing these kind of statements, these kind of comments from day one. And the question still remains as to who was responsible for all the mental agony, the problems that the passengers really had to face. Times Now's Navika Kumar had an exclusive interaction with the Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu, who very categorically said that strict action is going to be taken against all those responsible. A direct question was asked whether IndiGo engineered this entire crisis just because it is the market leader as far as India's aviation sector is concerned, to which the aviation minister made it absolutely clear that there is something that the government is aware of, but still the government is going to wait for the full inquiry to happen. Once they receive the comprehensive report after the inquiry, strictest possible action is going to be taken. An example is going to be set for all the airlines in the country, so that what we saw happening this time doesn't happen again. So clearly, apologies are not enough. That message has gone from the government side as well. Loud and clear, apologies are not enough. You have to ensure once things are back on track, everybody who was responsible for this mess is punished.
All right, Hina, stay on with us. We have more breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast. And amid the unending IndiGo fiasco, this is what top sources are telling your channel. IndiGo assures stranded passengers IndiGo will deliver 8,500 bags by 7 p.m. So after the claim that operation has been normalized by the CEO of IndiGo, there's an assurance coming in as well by the airline. It says that IndiGo will deliver 8,500 bags by 7 p.m. this evening. There are currently 800 bags remaining across 94 destinations in India. So another claim, another assurance, you can say, coming in from IndiGo that 8,500 bags will be delivered by 7 p.m. today. They've set this deadline. Let's see if they're able to fulfill that. Let me go across to Shefali. Shefali, their CEO says operations normalized. The airline now giving an assurance to people who are not able to get their bags back that by 7 p.m. today, they've set a deadline that by 7 p.m. today, they are going to deliver 8,500 bags.
Yes, it does clearly shows that how airline is gradually improving with the mismanagement that we have seen in last few days, and now with the numbers that are coming through sources and showing that how relentlessly IndiGo is working with the luggage that were being kept at the airport, now being delivered to the passengers. They are also saying that around 8,500 bags have already been delivered and 800 remaining, which is and the number that they are saying that 800s are remaining is because they do not have either the correct address or the wrong details due to the PNR that is attached to the PNR number, and they are trying to work on that and will try to send across those bags as soon as possible is what we are being told.
So after the CEO says operations have been normalized, assurance being given to the passengers that 8,500 bags will be delivered by 7 p.m. this evening. Shefali, thank you for getting us the details. And ever since the IndiGo crisis began, questions are being raised on the airline's monopoly in the aviation sector. Did IndiGo exploit the position of being the market leader? IndiGo had almost 2 years to prepare for the rules. January 2024, the rules were announced. Until November 1st, 2025, IndiGo wasn't ready. Is it too big an airline to care? When others could, why couldn't IndiGo prepare and hire pilots? Most importantly, why did the airline allow booking of tickets when it knew it does not have enough pilots to fly the planes? Was it a deliberate attempt to hold the passengers hostage? That's how it looks like at the moment. The passengers have been getting angry. We have seen a lot of videos on social media expressing anger on the ground staff. Amidst this, a video is going viral on social media. And in this video, an IndiGo pilot is heard saying sorry to the passengers. He says that pilots aren't on a strike and the passengers should be kind to the ground staff.
எத்தனை பேர் இங்க கோயம்புத்தூர்ல இருந்து இருக்கீங்க? நானும் கோயம்புத்தூர் தான். டே ஆயிடுச்சு இன்னைக்கு because of late arrival of the aircraft. I'll try my level best speed up. எவ்வளவு ஃபாஸ்டா போக முடியுமோ அவ்வளவு ஃபாஸ்டா போய் I'll try and as close as possible to a scheduled time of arrival. And we are sorry for the inconvenience caused. I will give you more updates in the air approaching into Coimbatore. Thank you. எத்தனை பேர் இங்க கோயம்புத்தூர்ல இருந்து இருக்கீங்க? நானும் கோயம்புத்தூர் தான். டே ஆயிடுச்சு இன்னைக்கு because of late arrival of the aircraft. I'll try my level best speed up. எவ்வளவு ஃபாஸ்டா போக முடியுமோ அவ்வளவு ஃபாஸ்டா போய் I'll try and as close as possible to a scheduled time of arrival. And we are sorry for the inconvenience caused. I will give you more updates in the air approaching into Coimbatore. Thank you.
For breaking inputs coming in, a high-level huddle in Aviation Ministry. There's a key meeting happening at the moment as we speak, a crucial one on IndiGo. We'll also try and connect with Shefalu to get you more details. The Aviation Minister, in an exclusive interview to Navika Kumar, Group Editor-in-Chief Times Network, Times Now, gave an assurance that action will be taken against whoever is responsible. Now we're given to understand that there's a high-level meeting happening at the Aviation Ministry at the moment, where the airline officials are present in the meeting. Ministry of Civil Aviation Secretary is holding this meeting with IndiGo airline officials. The meeting is headed by Secretary, Ministry of Civil Aviation, Sameer Sinha. Perhaps key decisions are going to be taken. We'll get to know once the meeting concludes about the outcome. As of now, as far as the top developments are concerned, the Civil Aviation Minister on Times Now, while speaking to Navika Kumar, one, apologized to the passengers for the inconvenience that was caused to them, and two, gave an assurance that action will be taken. Let me go across to Shefali, who joins us with more details. Tell us more about this key meeting which is underway.
Yes, we were told earlier that Ministry of Civil Aviation will chair a review meeting. Basically, this meeting takes place on every month of the line, where all airlines come together and, they discuss about the issues and they try to navigate through the situation. But this time, it is slightly different because of the IndiGo operational disruptions that we have seen. So now, today, on today's meeting, this will be the topmost agenda, where Ministry will be asking IndiGo about its operations, where they have reached, what are they doing for the passengers, for the refund, passenger care, and other aspects. While with other airlines also, they will ensure and will be very firm in saying that such kind of situation does not take place in future. So these are the key agenda that will be taken up in today's meeting. We are being told that the meeting has been started and is being chaired by the Secretary of Ministry of Civil Aviation, that is Mr. Sameer Sinha.
All right, Shefali. So that's a crucial meeting which is currently underway, which is being headed by the Ministry of Civil Aviation Secretary Sameer Sinha, and IndiGo officials are present at the meeting. The big developments, like I was mentioning, an assurance coming in from the Civil Aviation Minister, an apology as well, along with the assurance, apology for the passengers who had to face inconvenience due to the IndiGo mess that was created, and a warning as well that this will not be allowed in the future. But we have to wait for what kind of action will be taken. Clearly, the pilots and ground staff can't do anything. They have to follow the orders of the company's leadership. But what about the board members? Why are they silent? Today, what did they do in the last 2 years? Let's tell you all about the members that IndiGo has on its board. The big question, of course, also is what is the DGCA doing? First, the regulator sent show-cause notices to CEO and COO of IndiGo. Last evening, the company responded. DGCA is examining the response and is in the process of deciding what action can be taken. Meanwhile, some action has been taken against the airline today. DGCA has decided to take away 5% of the flight it operates. IndiGo has been ordered to cut 5% of its flight schedule and around 115 flights daily. That is what it means. These will be reassigned to other airlines. Airline has been asked to submit a revised schedule by 5 p.m. tomorrow. The important part is the 5% route cut. Is this 5% will be taken away from high-frequency routes? We have learned that this is just the beginning, so more action is expected. It is day 8 of IndiGo mess. Things have started limping back to normalcy at the airports. There are fewer cancellations, but the question is what exactly led to the crisis and will those accountable be punished? Remember, the chaos has impacted over 5.86 lakh passengers. Let's first tell you about what the Aviation Minister said. Ram Mohan Naidu he said in the Rajya Sabha yesterday and today in the Lok Sabha, amidst the objections and questions that have been raised by the opposition members. He made a statement. He said that action will be taken. IndiGo will be held responsible for the turbulence that the passengers had to face. The minister said this to our Group Editor-in-Chief Navika Kumar as well in an exclusive interview. The minister said IndiGo's internal roster caused disruptions. IndiGo, as per Ram Mohan Naidu, has assured full compliance of the FDTL norms. He also mentioned that operations are stabilizing and that no airline, however large, will be permitted to cause hardship to the passengers.
Mr. Naidu, I want to ask you. It seems like from the outside, and this is what people are saying, that we knew this was going to happen and we didn't do anything in time. That is the biggest charge against you. Was the ministry, was the regulator sleeping on the wheel, is the question people of India asked tonight.
No, that is definitely not true in the sense that this was supposed to be happening. Because if you look at the history of how we are doing the operations and how we advise the airlines to do the operations, we do thorough stakeholder consultation with sitting with all the airlines and looking at their schedules very, very in-depth way and then trying to assign them considering all the aspects. And you have to always remember that the Indian civil aviation is a continuously growing sector. You want to cater for the demand also that is being created. So keeping that in mind, and then you have to keep the safety in mind, and then you have to keep the passenger rights in mind. So compared to all of these are things which the ministry, the regulator, everyone focuses on, discusses deeply with the stakeholders, and then we assign it. And if it comes specifically to this week of distress that we are talking about, this in one way has been initiated by the November 1st flight duty time limitations that have come into place. And why do we do the FDTL? Because we care about the safety of the people. We care about safe operations to happen in the country. We care about the pilot safety, the fatigue that they face. So which is why we have implemented new FDTL guidelines, and we have put 2 phases. So that you should ask me, why are we putting 2 phases? We have put 2 phases so that the airlines has sufficient time to address this issue. First was on 1st July 2025, and the second phase came in 1st November 2025. So there was ample stakeholder consultation. It was not something which was unanticipated.
Well, then, if there was stakeholder consultation that happened, I want to ask you 2 basic questions. The international norms came into operation in January of 2024. Between January of 2024 to January of 2025, it required the High Court to give orders that this FDTL needed to be implemented. It wasn't as if the consultations and your worry led to the implementation. It was a High Court order. Having said that, you said 2 phases, July 1st and November 1st. But November 1st, it wasn't implemented. May I just read out how many flights were cancelled in the month of November itself? It is about 1,232 flights cancelled by IndiGo alone in November. 755 of them cancelled due to crew and flight duty time limitation constraints. 1,200 plus flights had been cancelled by this airline only in November. December is when the crisis hit. In November, what was the regulator doing? What was the ministry doing?
In November, if you look at the facts properly, there have been certain days where the cancellations were absolutely zero. We have been thoroughly observing the situation, not only for IndiGo, we have been observing it for all the airlines. All the airlines, due consultation was done before the implementation, and also the idea was let the airlines also be prepared to do this. So the consultation was going on. In the meantime, when the High Court orders were also passed, we respected the High Court orders. We gave the timelines. That was all in consultation with the airlines. This is the first thing that we have to understand, that in implementation of the FTTL, the airlines was also partner. Don't take away the responsibility of the airlines here. They have to be responsible, accountable in this issue. And if there was a difficulty, then it has to be faced by all the airlines. And within IndiGo, you're seeing why I'm trying to mention this point is we have to understand why exactly this has happened. November, you're mentioning certain cancellations. November, there was
certain, sir. 1,200 plus cancellations.
Two other things. There were certain other issues of the weather issues, and there were also the volcano issue that was happening, which was to happen. So there are multiple other issues also which have come in.
755 cancellations only on FDTL in November.
Yes, and then we have discussed with them. We had a meeting on 1st December 2025. 1st December 2025 on FDTL with IndiGo. On FDTL with IndiGo. We have given all the chance for IndiGo to speak with us on FDTL. They have asked for clarifications. Whatever clarifications we were supposed to give after due consultation, we have given them. Even after that, it was IndiGo which has messed up its own internal crew management and crew rostering. This is exactly the point that I want to make.
So if IndiGo has messed up its internal systems, why are you accommodating them?